Hello everybody, this is Mr. Storm, and in this video I'm going to show you how to complete the drawing shapes assignment. Now there are a couple of new concepts that we need to know in this assignment in order for it to work. First, we have to learn how to define our own custom procedures. That is the entire purpose of this assignment. Now, some of you are going to be watching this video and you're going to go, you know what, I probably could build that without a custom procedure. And you're not wrong, you absolutely could. But I do require that you use a custom procedure for this assignment. Okay, so that is the whole purpose, the whole reason, but we're going to learn some other cool stuff too. The other thing you're going to need is the pen tool. Now it's not here anywhere by default, but in Scratch, you can click this button down here to add more functionality. So for us, we need the pen. All right, so we're going to grab pen, and it's going to give us some other options down here in the pen area. The other thing we need to do is let's go ahead and hide our sprite. We don't need the sprite to be visible for this project. Okay, and now I think we're pretty much set up. We have everything we need. Let's go ahead and deal with our pen first. Let's go to our events when the green flag is clicked. Let's make sure we hide our character again, just in case he gets turned back on for some reason. Let's take a look at our pen options. We can erase, we can stamp, pen down, pen up, all this stuff. First of all, let's erase everything. That's a pretty good thing to start with. And then we can set the color. We can, let's go ahead and bring out 3 of these. You'll see why in a second. So setting the pen color, we can also set saturation, brightness, and transparency. I'm going to set let's set my brightness to, I don't know, 80. We will set my saturation to 50 is fine, and we'll set color to 0. Okay. Alrighty. And then I want a loop that will draw our polygon onto the screen. Now, in order to tell it how to draw a polygon, though, I'm going to need a custom block. So if I go to My Blocks, I can click My Block, and I get this menu. This menu is going to ask me to define a block. Now, this block is going to be called Draw A, and then we need an input. So it's going to be number of sides. We need to finish this label. Sided polygon. With each side, we're going to say number of steps. Steps long. Now, that is a very long name for a procedure, but I think it's important to spell out exactly what we're doing because this is going to be, we need to know exactly how this is supposed to work. So we have two arguments that we're going to be feeding into this procedure, number of sides and number of steps. So we need to make sure we feed those in when we call this procedure. All right, now we need to define what this procedure does. First, we're going to put our pen down. Then we're going to use a repeat block, and it's going to be a repeat for a certain number of times. And the amount of times we want to repeat is number of sides. Okay. Then we are going to move, and the amount of spaces or steps we're going to move is going to be number of steps. Then we want to turn in a specific number of degrees. So we got to do a little bit of math here. It's not too complicated. Oh, not too complicated. Let's grab the divide. All right, so we're going to do 360 divided by the number of sides so that we know exactly how much we should turn, right? So all that's going to do is it's going to repeat for the number of sides, and it's going to move number of steps. Then it's going to turn 360 divided by the number of sides, right? Super easy. Okay, perfect. So now that we have defined this procedure, we can use that procedure in our project. So let's grab another loop. We're going to make this a forever loop because we don't really want this to stop. I've set this pen color here, so I think it'd be interesting if we actually change the pen color each step or each time we do this. So I'm going to do change pen color by 10. I think that's a good idea. And then we'll use a go to block so that we start our pen in the same spot every single time. Let's go to, and in my notes I wrote -25 by -25. So we'll see if that actually looks nice. Okay, now we need to figure out how many number of sides we want to put in there. So let's ask the user how many sides. All right. And then we're going to set a variable. Let's create a new variable. We'll call it sides. All right. And let's set sides to whatever they've answered, whatever their answer is. Okay. Then all we have to do is call this procedure. So we'll go down to my blocks and we'll bring in the procedure call. Now notice it's asking for 2 arguments. So the first thing we're going to put in here is sides. So sides. And then in here, we can just put in our answer. I'm going to put 50 because 50 is a good thing, or a pretty decent amount of steps. You can change this. You can even create a variable and ask them again, how far or how long should the sides be or whatever, and then use that in here. And then the last thing I want to do is I want a way to erase what's on the screen because it's going to get really jumbled. So let's go to when the space key is pressed, we'll grab that and we'll go to pen and erase all. That way, whenever I hit the space bar, it'll erase my project. Okay, perfect. Let's run it and see what it looks like. So how many sides? Let's do 3 to start with. Hey, look, it made a triangle right there. Perfect. Let's try 4. Oh, that's cool. 5. Ooh, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Ooh, this is cool. 15, 16. Oh, now notice that we're getting some issues now. We've got up to like 16. Let's figure out why. So we'll do 360 divided by 16. 81.06. So it may not, let's try 360 divided by 15. 24. That's a whole number. Let's do 360 divided by, I don't know, 12. That's 30. That's a whole number. So I have a feeling, I could test this out, but I have a feeling that when we start getting into fractional numbers on our divisions, basically it's not fully divisible by 360, then we start getting this stuff to pop out. Let's try 22. Oh, now we're getting a cool spiral. 50. And we're not even going to be able to see. Oh, there it goes. So we're creating kind of a cool spiral. Anyway, so that is our polygon generator. And again, I can hit spacebar to erase everything. So create your polygon generator, make any changes to it you'd like, make something interesting, make it fun, see if there's other things you can do with this. But remember, the mandatory part of this assignment is that we're defining a procedure and we're calling that procedure in the functionality of the program. All right, that's it for me. I'll see you next time. Thanks.